Shogun International. I'm here to show you the all-new 2015 GMC Denali. This is an all-new truck, complete upgrade in every aspect from GMC. They share a lot of commonality between the GMC and the Silverado. So I'm just going to run you through some of the features of the conversion on this vehicle. This vehicle here, it's been converted from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. Just having a quick look under the bonnet. As you can see all the braided hoses. All these braided hoses are new hoses that we've manufactured for the vehicle. So we've got air conditioning lines, power steering lines, brake lines, vacuum lines. Every hose that's manufactured, we always make sure that we braid them. The reason for the braiding is that it's for abrasion resistance. All of the braiding that we use has all been tested to ensure that it meets the requirements for high temperatures, oil, fuel, abrasion, everything else. So we believe it looks good, it gives it a nice quality finish, and it makes the hoses more protected against the environment under the engine compartment. Some of the big features on this conversion, we've made a feature on most of our big trucks, any of the heavy duty trucks, the ability to be able to remove the evaporator from the heater boxes on these vehicles via the engine bay. So there's no need, if you ever have an evaporator failure, you don't have to remove the dash, you don't have to remove the heater box. You can simply, with the removal of this overflow bottle over here, you'd remove all of the engine insulation on the firewall, and you'd be able to slide the evaporator out. It takes about 30 minutes to change an evaporator on any of our vehicles. So it's actually located down here. This cover here, if you remove this cover, which is on with Velcro, you lift it up, you undo the bolts underneath, and you can just slide it freely out through the engine compartment. It's just one of the features we always try and integrate into our new trucks. All of our firewall padding, we actually make all new firewall padding. We don't try and use original. Some of the vehicles don't have any firewall padding. Well, on all vehicles we manufacture firewall padding. We use insulated material. We cover it with a strong, durable material, and we always put edging on everything. We stitch edging on everything, and it's stitched to suit the vehicle contours. Now, if we have a look as well, you can see that wherever we need heat shielding, we use a high temperature heat material on any of those areas to ensure that we never have any problems with any of our insulation on the vehicle. Moving along to the wiper scuttles, we utilize the original wiper scuttle, but what we do is that we put filler panels and inserts along the length of the wiper scuttle. Instead of replacing it completely, which is a very hard thing to do, we actually make it obvious that we actually put inserts in. That way we don't have to integrate them into the original part, and you're never going to have paint flaking off the plastic that paint doesn't stick to. So we've got 3 inserts where the wiper used to be, the center one, and we've got now the driver's side insert as well. They look very neat, very factory, and we always utilize the original wiper blades on these vehicles. Any of our conversions, we utilize the original ones. The vehicle was designed with those. We simply we take them, we cut them, we jig them, we aluminium weld them, then we finish them and paint them and fit them, and it's been a very, very successful thing for us. As for the steering on these trucks, we utilize the original steering box. We don't use any aftermarket parts. We bring the box from the left-hand rail, we bring it across to a right-hand rail. We fabricate a new drag link. We have that forged, and we machine it, and we fit it to the vehicle. Steering, you could not possibly tell that this vehicle drives any differently to the original vehicle. Very, very impressed, very happy with the steering on this vehicle. In that respect, this truck lends itself quite well to the whole conversion process. Just a couple of other things. So that's basically under the bonnet, the wipers. We do install a mirror wedge on the left-hand mirror here to allow the driver to have a better field of view from the driving position. All vehicles out of the US that we convert all need to have that. That's quite a common thing, but looks neat, looks factory, and it's not something that you can really tell has been done. We'll have a quick look in the inside of the vehicle. Okay, so starting on the driver's door, as you can see, all the panels and switches have all been changed over as they should be and as intended by the manufacturer, so it's all been mirror imaged. You can see it's a nice, neat finish, no different to the original. All of the switches work the way they're meant to, the left-hand window, right-hand window, there's nothing back to front or funny, it all works properly. We've also moved the memory position switches from the left-hand door to the right-hand door, and that all functions as need be as well. With the seats have obviously had the passenger presence for the airbags switched over from one to the other. The seats on these are very good because they've pretty much got the same features, so that makes it easier for the conversion on the seats. So all of this is original with the seat panels, we don't have to change that. Center console has no changes made to it, it's just original, which is, again is good for the conversion. We manufacture a whole new dash and upper panel. We utilize the original surround, and what we do is that we have to modify these panels, so we paint all of the panels, the center console panel, we paint both outer panels to match the colors on all of them. But we stitch, we actually use a vinyl on our dash, and it's stitched as per the original, so it's all proper stitching. This is one of the few vehicles where we don't actually put the grain into the mold. We actually put the don't have any grain on our new dash, and we pad and we stitch because that is the original manufacturer's intention. So that works really well on these vehicles, and it's come out to be a very nice finish. Insulation, we've actually gone very heavy on the firewall insulation on these to get them a little bit quieter than factory. This vehicle is slightly quieter in decibel readings than the original, and our insulation that we've put in is around 1.5 inches thick. So it's all sewn and contoured to suit the firewall. All of the carpets have been cut and sewn, and edges have been sewn, so they all look nice. It all works very well. The original glove box, we've utilised the original glove box. That's one of the nice things about this conversion, is that the upper and lower glove boxes are both there and usable, and that's the original ones. So we haven't had to change those. And as you can see, the passenger side over there, you've got the switches as intended. They've been reversed from the left to the right. Airbag, the airbag, if you have a look at the top there, the airbag's all installed, and looks very nice, and fits very nicely as well. So all in all, it's worked out to be a really nice conversion. Air conditioning on this vehicle, we did a lot of testing and trials on the manufacture of the heater box. It's worked out very nicely. We've managed to maintain the original factory airflow out of it and temperature, and it really does work fantastic. All the little flute vents on the sides, they all work properly. There's nothing that this vehicle really didn't pose that much of a challenge as a conversion. It really was a very nice vehicle to work with, and we're very happy with the results on the vehicle.